Saint Laurent Boulevard was once the unofficial border between English and French Montreal, and according to a léger poll of 500 English Quebecers for the Journal de Montréal, boundaries still exist. It found 1 out of 3 Anglophones believe relations with francophones are hostile. For those under 35, almost half. But people we spoke to who were born and raised in Montreal disagree.
I wouldn't call it hostile, at least from my perspective.
Dan Delmar is a PR professional and newspaper columnist.
It was a very surprising stat because if anything you'd think that younger people would be sort of more open to other communities and more tolerant, but that's not what the survey found.
Jennifer Drouin runs a group called Anglophones for Québec Independence.
We found the results really surprising because they don't reflect the reality that we live every day.
But there is little dispute over the poll's finding that 60% of Anglophones have thought about leaving Quebec to move to another province. This McGill engineering student was born and raised in Montreal, but he says he's heading to Toronto as soon as he graduates.
There's way more opportunities there in terms of the engineering job perspective.
He says employers here are more interested in French skills than engineering skills.
Yes, I believe so.
It's safe to say about half of my friends have left over the years.
Many students who have come from abroad say because of language, they can't even consider staying after graduation.
I'm planning on getting a job, but not here.
I'm actually going to be moving to Toronto because if you want to find a job here, if you don't want to speak French, the opportunities are very limited.
The survey also found Anglos hesitate to speak French because of their accents.
I definitely agree that it's intimidating.
So what's the solution? Well, for Anglophones born and raised in Montreal at least, some believe the problem can be solved with better education.
Have the same standardized French test for cégep students in the French cégeps as in the English cégeps, so that when you graduate from an English cégep like Dawson, you can go in and apply for a job in French and be fully qualified.
While Sarantonis has a plan to leave, he also hopes to return.
I wouldn't say I'm giving up on Montreal because it's highly kind of placed in my heart.
But like many others, staying in the province just doesn't make sense right now. Dan Spector, Global News, Montreal.